Let's talk about the Haas team, because both drivers have scored points in both of the last two races. In the World Constructors' Championship, they're now seventh. You mentioned this earlier, Alex. They're catching up with the battle in the midfield. They were 7 points behind AlphaTauri coming into this weekend. They're now 7 points ahead. So another good haul of points has really helped them. I guess the question really is, first of all, Kevin Magnussen, he's in 11th in the World Drivers' Championship on 22 points. Mick scored his first points just a week ago at the British Grand Prix at Silverstone and added 8 more in Austria with a 6th place. How impressed were you with that 6th place?
Okay, so I am getting a bit impressed with Mick Schumacher. I think if it was any other driver, I'd be saying 2 races does not make a season. 2 races does not mean anything. But we've watched Mick Schumacher quite closely, and we saw him do this in F3, and we saw him do this in F2, where he always started slowly in the category. But when he figured stuff out, he would get stronger and stronger and stronger. And I think this could be the start of a run, because his performance, in Britain and Austria were really impressive. He looked to be the better driver when you compared him with Magnussen. And we know how much we were rating Magnussen at the beginning of the year. So I'm quite impressed by Mick, and I don't think it is a false storm, because we know how he drives. And I think when he figures stuff out, he really figures stuff out. So I think he's going to have a strong year now.
I think you're making a really interesting point, because at the end of the British Grand Prix, we mentioned this earlier, Max Verstappen was rather rude, I thought, to Mick. And in defence, okay, he's trying to get the final points, but pushing Mick off the racetrack at Silverstone. And then in the sprint race on Saturday, Mick was obviously quite clearly feeling he was faster than Kevin, and the team understandably probably thought, well, yeah, you're in the DRS, so we can't really judge how quick you are. But Mick was pretty irritated, wasn't he, post-race, and saying, well, I shouldn't have even been in a battle with Lewis Hamilton, because I should have been ahead of my teammate, which I thought was completely new to see Mick speaking in that way.
Yeah, and he needs to. Haas have a good car this year. They started strongly, then they lost their way. But then the last 2 races, you can see in both cars getting strong again. So they have got a good car, and they need a driver to be strong and pushing. And I think Mick doing this is good for the team, because it raises everyone's level. I don't think he's doing it in a way which can be detrimental to the team. I actually think this is going to excite the team more.